and he shifted that.
Yeah, he's the one who's been... who likes to dominate, whether he wants to bowl, whether he's in the field with the bat, and he's been doing that for such a long time. And having a look at that innings, he hardly took a back foot, and new bowler comes in, he goes down the wicket, he smashed those lovely sixes down the ground. And what was also important to see from him was he was taking the responsibility of not being careless. At times he has been careless and have thrown his wickets away early in the innings. But once he's set, he's totally focused on doing the right things at the right time for his team.
Yeah, speak about him. You've had a bit to do about, with him in recent times. Why is he so good?
Mentality. It's all about the mentality. He doesn't take a step back for anybody in world cricket. We're talking about world cricket. He's a top all-rounder. He's almost like, you can compare him, the role that he plays, almost like the Jacques Kallis of South Africa. If he's out and not playing, you're missing a bowler and you're missing a batter. And as you say, that particular innings just he's the personality. His infectious mentality just drags everyone along with him.
Okay, now shift to South Africa. Do or die. I keep saying that. And I want to put it in the context of, prior to the start of the series, there's all the chat about IPL and these important players who need them. It's a full-strength South Africa side, and yet they've made 3 changes. And a couple of those players are those who will be going off to IPL. So what does that mean? What happens in that change room now as they have to win with the pressure that's on them? Because the side opposite have got decent skills.
Yeah, big changes, and kind of enforced from the pressure that's been applied from Bangladesh, who played so well. And the changes, yes, some of them are going off to the IPL. Obviously, people like Marco Jansen being left out today. Marco Jansen, more of a sort of a potential. He's come on and played well in international cricket at the start of his career. And of course, Markram struggling for form at the moment. We know he can be a good player. He can be devastating when he's batting well, but he's not batting well at the moment. And so kind of forced changes because of form. And the first game, Bangladesh totally outplaying them.
So if you go back, because many will go, oh, hold on, India 3-0. So what's the difference? What's going on?
Sometimes it can be that maybe you think India is a big team and you have to be more on top of your game. Sometimes it can be where you feel that, if we're at 70%, 80%, we should beat Bangladesh. I don't think this Bangladesh team can be taken for granted. There are some really good cricketers in there, and Bangladesh in scaling that Everest, as you say, they, in their history, I think this is one of probably their best teams. They have said that in the dressing room themselves. I've only been part of it for a short period of time, but if you think of a Bangladeshi fast bowling attack out-bowling a South African fast bowling attack, that's exactly what they did in the first game, and there'll be no surprises if they go again today.
Now, as I think about it, I go, South African contingent within the camp, the coaching side of things in the camp. How much does that play into, I suppose, a settled atmosphere in coming on tour and comparing it to other times where you'd have had mostly a Bangladeshi sort of a group as the guys who are guiding your squad?
I think it's a fantastic way of doing things the right way, in the right direction. I think you've got to say Bangladesh Cricket Board has done a wonderful thing to ensure that they realize that this tour was on for a long time. It's not just a stopgap solution. It's about getting the right people at the right time to ensure that they impart that knowledge, that words of wisdom from this part of the world, so that they can go in and play some really good competitive cricket. And it's a big boost to have someone like Alan Donald and Domingo. Ashwin Prince was there with us earlier on.
Yeah, Neil McKenzie.
Neil McKenzie. So there were so many. So, and it's all now getting together, and they're showing that what they can do with these people around them.
Yeah, one of the Tigers is here. He's in the crowd. I say crowd. He's on the embankment. Atai, your outfit's ready, isn't it? You're going to be waving the flag like that fella as well, will you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's been around everywhere. That's Shoaib Ali. Right. He goes everywhere with the team, and he's the man in the Tigers. There he goes, waving the Bangladesh proud flag. It's not about just the game itself. It's about the Tigers, it's about Bangladesh, and it's about taking on each and every opposition in a very fighting way.
Okay, now whilst at one side, and that's why that man's there waving the flag, he's not waving it just because they had a victory a couple of days ago, but also in the ICC Cricket World Cup Super League log and table, Bangladesh are on top, and it's not a small sample. It's a big one. What's it? 16 games, and they're right up top. For South Africa, they're languishing towards the bottom, and these games count, Ashwell Prince. That top 8, so key, so important.
Counts.
Does that add more pressure?
Massively, because they might have expected to win 3-0, pick up 30 points. They haven't done that. They're in danger now because they've seen the quality of this team, that 2 games they have to win. Bangladesh could win the series, but also adding to that, they've got 5 games away to India, and then they've got Australia, and they're sitting in 10th, 11th position at the moment. There's some points to be had, and they're under pressure at the moment, massively under pressure.
Okay, what must be done in order that they come back? Because they're not suddenly a bad side, South Africa, are they?
No, they're not, and but they need early wickets here today. As Atta alluded to before, when Bangladesh gets a solid start, even if it's not fast, if they've got wickets in hand, they'll fancy themselves. If they post anywhere close to 300, they've got a good bowling attack, and they will believe they can win the game with 300 on the board.
And for South Africa, it'll be about their bowling attack, the potency. They must make sure they strike right up at the front, and if they do, then they can get back into this one. The Wanderers, the ball ring, bathed in sunshine, just about time to start, and as usual, with the anthems first. The anthems are done and the players ready to take to the field now as we go into game number 2 of 3. A reminder, it is Bangladesh who are one up in the series, won the first one at Supersport Park. This one, the second, they've won the toss. They've decided, as was the same formula in the previous one, they'll try and put a score on the board. One chose to bat first. Let's see how it goes. Enjoy Pink Day.
It's an absolute peach of a day for the second Betway ODI between South Africa, the hosts, and Bangladesh here at Imperial Wanderers on the Pink Day in the cause of breast cancer awareness. What a day it's become. The 10th time we've had a Pink Day here at Wanderers, and South Africa, having been impregnable early doors, they won the first 6. Have just started on Pink Day. They can't start it today because they're already 1 down in this series after Bangladesh's mightily impressive performance up at Supersport Park on Friday evening. Nice to see a few members of the crowd that can only be of a limit of 2,000 in this 28,000-seater stadium. But as we heard from the CEO, John O'Leafright, let's hope they make the noise of those 28,000 on this Pink Day, a special day here at Imperial Wanderers. And here are the two sides, and opening the batting with me, it's a very good morning to Sean Pollock.
Hey, good morning, Brett, and great to be here. Nice to be with the viewers as well. 3 changes for South Africa, same team for Bangladesh. The 3 changes, Tabraiz Shamsi comes in place of Marco Jansen. That's the bowling option. They've gone for the extra spinner in this match. Wayne Parnell replaces Ndile Phehlukwayo. He'll play the all-rounder role, maybe looking for a little bit of variation with regard.
Key partnership in that first ODI. He's got an excellent record, a highest of 158 against Zimbabwe, but he's got the numbers over, almost approaching 8,000 runs, the experienced skipper. His partner Lytton Dusk just grows. 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 Experienced skipper. His partner Lytton Dusk just grows.
He's nice and hard, and the seam pronounced for a longer period. That's impressive reading. Ngingiri's been really good in the one-day format. I think they'll just be hoping for wickets up front, South Africa. They bowled well enough at Supersport Park in the first 10 to 15 overs, but they would just love some wickets to try and make some inroads.
Ngingiri wasn't so good at Supersport Park, 1 for 75, which strangely, and it's not a record he'll want, to the worst figures by a South African against Bangladesh, so he won't want those numbers. He wants to eradicate that today. And so will the South African attack want to eradicate the memory of Friday evening. Here's Ngidi, goes to Tamim, down the leg side, starts with a wide.
Yeah, 11 of them and 2 no balls in the last game, so that will be an area of concern for South Africa. It's something that the bowling coach Charles Langeveld would have addressed with his unit.
What will disappoint them really, Polly, they're a much vaunted attack, the South African pace attack, but there's no doubt about it, they got out-bowled by the Bangladeshi pace attack.
Yeah, they did, but what we will enjoy in that first delivery is that we saw a little shape through the air, and that's something to work with, and especially if you hit that fuller length.
Clipped away, just short of